Hey, so guys, it's Red here with another Fire Emblem Mythology, this one being on the children of the fell dragon Sombron, and Sombron himself. But before I get started, make sure to leave a like if you enjoy, and make sure to subscribe as well. I might be at 300, but please subscribe so I can reach 400 and beyond. Subscribing is free, and you could always unsubscribe later. And if you have any feedback or comments, make sure to leave them down below. I enjoy reading them even if I might not reply. Oh, and special announcement, I made a Buy Me a Coffee account. You don't need to donate, but if you do, I could use it to save up money to buy a better mic and better equipment to make these videos more enjoyable for you. Also, you can leave recommendations for future mythologies, and I'll put your messages at the end of the mythology videos like these ones as a thanks. So please consider donating if you have the money and enjoy the content. Link on the screen and in the description below. Anyways, it's time to start the video. I'll actually start off with Alear, and I already made a video that explains Alear's PRF weapons, links to the video in the description and cards above. But I never explained Alear's name, as Alear is of Gaelic origin, with the name meaning son of the pale youth or son of Odhar's servant. Also, Alear is the Spanish word for alloy, and I'm saying this because alloy is a mixture of two or more metals, kinda like how Alear is a mixture of divine dragon and fell dragon. Also, in Japanese, Alear's name is Leer, which is the French word for glow. Anyways, now onto Alear's sister, and her name is Veyle, which her name comes from a river in the Ain district in eastern France. It is 66.8 kilometers long, or in freedom units, it's 41.5 miles long. Now onto Veyle's weapons, starting with the Obscurité, which is the French word for darkness. And everyone knows what darkness is, which is the partial or total absence of light. In Fire Emblem, it's just a tome. A special tome that only fell dragons like Veyle and Sombron can wield, and it is said to have truly mighty dark magic. Now onto Veyle's other weapon, the Miséricorde, which in real life they were long and narrow daggers that were popular during the Middle Ages that were used to deliver the death stroke or mercy stroke on a gravely injured knight. Miséricorde is actually the French word for mercy, though the name of the dagger Miséricorde comes from the Latin word misericordia, and it means an act of mercy, which is the purpose of the dagger. In Fire Emblem, it is an enchanted throwing knife that does magical damage and inflicts poison. It is a weapon exclusive to Veyle. Now, we're done with Veyle, let's move on to the Fell Xenologue twins, starting with Nell, which her name is actually a corruption of her Japanese name Elle, which derives from the French word elle, which means she and her. Now onto Nell's weapon, which is représailles, which is the French word for reprisal, which means an act of retaliation. Though its Japanese name is different, and it is trahison, which is the French word for treason, which means the action of betraying someone or something. In Fire Emblem, représailles is a lance that exudes an otherworldly air, as it is from an alternate universe to the base game's world. And now onto the next twin, Sorda, which is Nil/Rafal. He has two names because Nil was the original twin of Nell before he was killed and replaced by Rafal, who is Nell's brother but not her actual twin. Anyways, Nell is a corruption of his original Japanese name Il, which Il is the French word for he and him. Anyways, Rafal is actually the Polish form of the name Raphael, which in Hebrew means God's healer. Also, fun fact, in Fire Emblem Three Houses, the Rafale gem is also a reference to Raphael, as Raphael is the Russian form of Raphael. And if you want to learn more about it and the Archangel Raphael, check out my Blue Lions FE Mythology video. Links in the description and cards above. Now onto Raphael's weapon, which is Revanche, which is the French word for revenge, and it means the action of inflicting hurt or harm on someone for an injury or wrong suffered at their hands. In Fire Emblem, Revanche is an axe that exudes an otherworldly air, since it's from an alternate universe like Représailles. And now onto the father of these four dragons. Well, kinda. The fell dragon Sombron. And just to say this again, he is shown using Obscurité, so I won't do a weapon for him. But his name can come from different words, such as somber, sombra, which is Spanish for shadow, ombroso, which is Italian for shady, and my personal favorite potential origin, which is El Sombreron, a legendary figure of Guatemalteco/Guatemalan folklore and legend. Also, El Sombreron is an equivalent to the boogeyman in Mexico. Anyways, El Sombreron is described as a short man who wears all black, has a brilliant belt, boots that make a lot of noise when he walks, and his most iconic apparel, a large black sombrero. Which, his name comes from sombrero by the way, and he carries a silver guitar. El Sombreron's legend starts with a young and very pretty lady named Susana, And on one night, there was a full moon where Susana was gazing at the beautiful night sky at her balcony before El Sombreron appeared, and he began to serenade Susana by singing and playing the guitar. However, before long, Susana's parents came and found her to bring her back inside the house, and ever since that night, Susana could never sleep at night as El Sombreron was always there to play music for her, whether it was in the streets or even inside her own home. And she could not eat food, which would be contaminated with soil every time she was served food. Eventually, her parents cut her hair and brought the hair to the church where the priests would put holy water on the hair and pray for Susana. And a few days later, El Sombreron stopped bothering Susana. So that was the Fire Emblem mythology on the children of Sombron and Sombron himself. Honestly, I didn't expect Sombron's name to be so interesting, but I actually really like it. Anyways, make sure to like and subscribe and donate to my Buy Me a Coffee if you want to help support me and this channel. The next mythology video will be another anime/manga mythology, which will be on Kureguma/Cloud Gouger from Kagurabachi. Since the first one on Intent did pretty good and got more engagement than most of my videos, make sure to check it out when it comes out. So thanks for watching.